Jerry Sloan has pulled down 5 rebounds. Chicago has scored the last 5 points. Golden State has the basketball. We expect Al Attles to do much more substituting than Dick Motta. His bench has been deeper so far in the first 6 games of the series. It is the 10 starters who are on the floor right now.
I got to go a little bit more to Keith Wilson because Chet is...
Chet Walker. Barry did a tremendous defensive job on him on Sunday. Here is Bullwinkle trying to go backdoor forward play. Oh, goaltending, no doubt about it.
They're going to work. They're going to work Rick. They don't want Rick to get started. They'll make a big get started, make it work, get those balls.
Here's the break. Bridges is out ahead of Sloan, who hustles back. Bridges goes to the hoop. He's got it and no foul.
Watch this play again. You watch Bridges get in that lane. He watches the ball all the way. Gets it right here. Sloan, great hustle, but he just doesn't get there in time, and Bridges converts.
That is the second foul of the game on Tom Bullwinkle. It was offense as Johnson gives to Bridges. Walker is watching him. Here's Barry. And there comes out. Sloan wheels a good ball movement right now. Now Chet holds it up against Rick. Here's Love. Love makes a move inside.
Oh, you see that shot. They sort of hung up there.
On the bench, so the veteran Jeff Mullins working with Charles Johnson in the Golden State backcourt. Barry bridges the forwards, Ray's the center. Johnson gives it to Cliff Ray's a little bit lower down there on that left-hand side. Waits, Mullins comes out. Sloan is watching him. Jeff takes his first shot. 7 points. Bullwinkle goes to Love. Love puts a move on Bridges, comes around him to the right side. Won't go. Battle, look at that underneath. Bullwinkle and Bridges. Tom hit it last. Go 7-point lead. Van Leer wheels left side. Love moves down. Mullins on the switch. Bridges comes outside on Sloan. They give the ball to Sloan now to let him operate against it. Johnson cut him off. Van Leer.
Did you see that?
A 9-point Chicago lead. Golden State unable to run. Rick Barry unable to hit, and he breaks through.
Well, that may get him started. That makes him win.
When they made that acquisition, Sloan fires. And it is Rick Barry. Mullins is ahead. He's got it. Beautiful pass. To run down 1 shot and go over to the sideline, trailing by 5. Bridges pops out. Sloan has Mullins. Shot clock now moves down toward 5 seconds. Charles Johnson against Van Leer. Johnson with a turnaround, and that's it.
Dribble player. He'll come back.
They tried to roll off the pick and roll. Bad pass to that side. Van Leer's got it. Brings it down the middle. Sloan is on the left-hand side. 7-point Chicago lead. That's a good be working it forward with Love. Sloan and Van Leer the guards. Bullwinkle still in that center. We'll see Nate Thurman some in the second quarter. Ball is dropped off to Bullwinkle. Goes back to Love. They burn Barry. He has 2 fouls. Johnson has 2. Both are out now in the second quarter. Love has the ball, and it is Bill Bridges who will watch him. Go inside to Bullwinkle. Johnson leaning on him. Bullwinkle, right-handed hook on Johnson. He's got it.
Well, I'll tell you, they're playing that game now, Britt.
Rick Barry. Love. Smith. Oh, and Van Leer knocked it away from Smith, and Love has got it down the right sideline to Van Leer. Here's Jerry Sloan.
Yes, sir. They got it going.
Chicago is doing everything right now.
Maybe we'll see more of that.
Smith gives it off to Mullins. They go down to Wilkes, who's checked back in. So Garrett working against the top rookie. Whoops, up with a shot.
Oh, it just barely fell in, but I tell you, the game hasn't started yet. He said, I'm just practicing right now.
They try to work backdoor.
And they do. You know, we hook, and then the other guy hooks it. They call a foul. Had to call a foul on somebody.
Don't leave me, George. Barry knocked away by Thurman.
And Nate's in the game now.
Barry takes a jumper on Thurman, and it's Powers was counting off the seconds for 3 seconds. Thurman clears in time. Van Leer comes out the other end. They go to Garrett, who's got the ball. Barry is on him. Sloan wheels it to Van Leer at the shot clock. And Leer may have to play all 48 here tonight.
Oh, he's tough. He can do it.
Here's Wilkes. Walker has him, so Keith comes up with that jump shot.
He should do just the opposite.
Neither team in the penalty as far as fouls are concerned. Thurman has the ball and Johnson has him. Sloan now working against Beard. Turnaround.
Yes, sir.
Rich Beard sets up the play. They go to Rick Barry. Barry waits for Wilkes coming out the other end against Chet Walker. Jump shot. Oh. Matty Gukas is going to check into the game for the first time. Wilkes putting a move on Chet Walker, and it just comes up with that jump shot. That unusual style is because Nate Thurman waits for Bob Love. Wilkes is watching him. 8 seconds. Johnson rejects one. Wilkes picks it up on the move for the Warriors. Sloan has him. Cross court. Johnson's open. Great baseline shooter. Johnson battles and puts in the tip. They have pulled to within 9 points, and Tom Borwinkle is going to check back in. Berry came out, couldn't steal. Walker with a shot. It's an 11-point Chicago lead. Van Leer trying to get outside. Gives to Thurman. Thurman will be leaving the game as soon as they have a stoppage of play. It'll be Borwinkle and Gukas checking in. Sloan holds it up. Now goes into Nate. Shot clock down to 8 seconds. Here's Sloan, baseline left. Derek Dickey is going to come in for Al Addles. Here's Keith Wilkes. Up on Walker.
Chicago's doing the same thing. They got
Berry almost ties up Van Leer. Battles cross-court pass to Walker. Beard has him. Wilkes is there. Inside, both of them comes Walker.
Yes, sir. I think he's by.
Wilkes is handling the ball for Chicago. Jerry Sloan gets a rest. Van Leer has gone all the way. Walker comes out high. He's too far away from the basket to set up their offense. Shot clock moves down. He tries to get to the line, and he does.
Oh, look at that touch.
Together, a good stretch of basketball here in the first half. Beard passes off to Johnson. Johnson with a shot. It's 45-35. Chicago leading Golden State.
They got to make a move right here. They got to make sure Chicago doesn't score and go down and score themselves.
Here's Love.
Well,
9 seconds. He holds it up. Roland Garrett takes a shot. It's off at 7 seconds. No one wants to kill the clock. Whoops will have to hurry. He's got about 2 at the horn. No basket. No basket. So at the end of the first half of this Western Conference final, 47-36. Prepare to start the final 24 minutes. The battle for the Western Conference title. Chicago controls. Van Leer goes to Chet Walker from the left baseline. Professional. Butch Beard brings it down for Golden State. Comes in deep. Sloan has him. Now Beard comes the other way. They go to the rookie. He is deadly.
was there anyway.
Here's Beard up with the jump shot.
Hey! Oh, to get there.
Love holds the ball. Wilkes watches him. Van Leer drops it into Borwinkle. Ray has him. Borwinkle right-handed hook shot out the other side. Well, there were two Warriors there, and they couldn't get it. And Chicago comes up as left side for the Warriors. Walker trying to stay with the rookie Keith Wilkes, who is much quicker. Ray waits for someone to pop out. Now he turns around and faces Borwinkle. Here is Wilkes against Jerry Sloan.
Hey, they're going to keep the ball.
Brings it down for the Warriors and goes to Barry.
Yeah,
inside Wilkes.
You know, although Rick Barron's having trouble scoring right now, he's a terrific passer. He can really help his team with just passing basketballs for them.
Back to within 7 as the intensity picks up for the Golden State fans. Block against Love. They are turning in a spurt, and it was traveling Paul. They have turned it out past the Wilkes. Keith looks down at Walker, wants to go one-on-one, takes him left, loses it. Walker comes out with a basketball. He's got it from Wilkes. Walker on the drive to the hoop. Not there. Barry comes in. Barry and Sloan were battling jump ball. There they go, tipped by Barry to Beard. Garrettson goes down, tries to get out of the way. Butch Beard brings it up. Puts it to Rick Barry. He can pull the Warriors to within 5 if he can hit this. Still not on his shooting game. Out of bounds, but at last touched by Chicago.
You know, talking to Dick Mott at halftime, Brent, he felt this was going to be a close game. Although he was leading by 11 points at that one time.
Sloan all over Beard, so they go back deep to Johnson. Johnson jump shot.
Yes, he does.
Sloan over on Van Leer's right. They are picking up Van Leer. They're keeping him out of the lane. Bob Love against Wilkes. They drop it off to Borwinkle. Shot clock goes down to 7. Love with a turnaround.
Yes, sir.
Golden State had sway by Borwinkle. Barry is there on the save. Love has him. Barry up firing. In and out. He can't
Look at Bob
Love. Love is open. Pass it. Barry got back on defense. Photographers from the Bay Area. Bob Love holds it up now. Sets the inbound pass to Sloan, who's open. Got it, and there was a foul. So,
Sloan was off balance that time he took that shot, but hey, you know, everything that threw up there so far has been going in. I guess he felt that one might too.
Again, the Warriors not moving the ball quickly enough for Addles. Smith takes the shot at his 9.
Well, that breaks a long dry spell.
Play Washington. A total pot of at least 80,000 on the line for these two teams. Breaks down to 6,000-7,000 a man after you include the trainer. Wilkes up firing. After shooting 45% in 12 playoff games, Rick Barry has gone to the bench in the 7th and decisive game. His defense was back. They cut the break off. Smith brings it down on the left side. He and Mullins still operating in that backcourt. Johnson is the center. Dickey and Keith Wilkes. Wilkes with a magnificent performance. His new shot, the right-handed hook shot, goes in. The rookie from UC 15, when there's a break in the action, he'll be coming into the backcourt, perhaps for Smith. Pick up that foul. Smith with a fine move was cut off by Love. Good defensive switch by Chicago. Smith out firing on Love. Smith has gone out. So Dudley now will test Van Leer. He is the third guard Al Attles has used on Van Leer. Sloan is open, and it is the penetration.
See that
Mullins
penetration?
off just a fraction.
That penetration?
Very important statistic. He has to turn in 45 minutes at least in this game. Dudley tries to give it off, comes back out to Jeff Mullins. They go to Dudley. Now it is George Johnson holding it high. It is Mullins who has popped out for the shot.
Yes, sir.
Oh, by Dudley, but Walker is open again. Not this time, and it is Dickey who skies on the other side. Mullins brings it down, lead pass Keith Wilkes. Sloan has him on the switch, leaving Walker on Mullins. Dudley inside on Van Leer.
Hey! But he didn't get it.
6-point difference. Jeff Mullins comes up over the top. Sloan battling him. A 4-point game. 13,000. Charles Johnson handles the basketball for Golden State. Here's Rick Barry. Will he try it again? He's got it. Look out.
Missed chances to score after some chances. You know, they got to start getting it going here.
Here is Barry again. 2 quick hoops. The Golden Charles Johnson controls it. Over on the right side. Barry working against Love. Love trying to stay with him. Barry making a move. He wants it in the worst way to tie this game. Here he comes. Bad shot. Thurman on a block. Johnson underneath. Not there. Loose ball. There's Rick now this time.
Yes, sir.
We're tied in Oakland with 7:23 to go. Lear brings it up on Charles Johnson. Bob Love pops out high. They set the offense. Sloan goes to Bullwinkle. Thomas replaced Thurman. They work the back door to Love, who was fouled.
That's into him. If he does that, he can't get that pass right down there good.
For Bridges, his second personal foul. Misses it. They battle. Johnson tipped it out at the top of the circle. Barry is with him. They go now to Jerry Sloan. Smith was on him. Sloan battles it back to Bullwinkle. Great tip, and it is Bridges who clears it out. Here is Johnson working against Walker. Van Leer is there. Johnson with a shot. Chet Walker with the rebound.
Down the court. Oh!
He's all alone.
Yes, he was.
A 3-point Chicago lead with 6:05 to go. Sunday on CBS. Washington awaits the winner. Barry puts a move picked by Johnson. Barry goes to Bridges. They come back. Bridges wants Barry to use him and shoot it.
He does. That's a smart play by Bridges, and even though Bridges will get the ball in, make passes.
The Warriors can move ahead as Smith pops down toward the left baseline. Fires out with that speed.
And the Warriors go ahead by 1 point.
Court.
That's a good try. Looks good when it goes in, but when you're tied up, and I think he should have caught that ball, then going back up with it real strong.
Now Van Leer waits. Shot clock goes down towards 7 seconds of a tie game. Western Conference title at stake. Bullwinkle cross-court Love.
And the value being.
So he had disappeared for some time, and he comes back, and look at Smith. Brings it right down against the man, hits it. Johnson against him. Chet Walker. Taken away by C.J. Van Leer is back. Here's Wilkes. Wilkes to the hoop.
Chicago with the time.
Brings it up. Barry wants it. Attles says move it. Smith now brings Barry behind him and gives him the ball. That's not exactly the way it's supposed to work, but Barry wanted it. Hey, got it.
You see that shot there.
4-point lead. Van Leer off shooting.
Yeah, that little guy's tough.
Back right now. He figures they're older and more tired. Down the baseline, and Bullwinkle ties him up underneath. Loose ball. Jerry Sloan picks it up. You know, he could tie the game with a field goal. Van Leer up. Johnson was there. Van Leer down. No foul. Pick up Smith. Smith brings it down. Goes to Barry. Barry on Sloan. Barry's got it.
What a play by Golden State's in a... Their next foul will be a bonus situation. They got to be careful of that situation.
Van there trying to get inside. George Johnson was there helping C.J. They're keeping him out of the lane. Walker to Love. Knocked away by George Johnson. A tremendous job by George Wilkes. It is a 4-point Warrior lead. Wilkes comes down to help out in the backcourt. Bill Smith brings it up on the attack. A poised rookie. Jerry Sloan waits for him. George Johnson goes back. Smith says, I don't want to pick out that
Yeah, they're going to work it down.
The shot clock down.
They're going to run it down for one shot here.
47 for the game, 6 on the shot clock. They wheel to Barry. Pass to George Johnson.
Oh! What a play that time. What a great play that time by Rick Barry. Just play again. Time is running out. Gets the ball to Rick, and watch this pass right here. Hey, great pass. Great layup.
Have something started with a title. Walker must hold on. There is a foul called by Richie Powers on the throw, and it's against Rick Barry, who was throwing off against Chet Walker when he tried to come out. And of course,
made a foolish foul. I hope it doesn't hurt the team, but you never know.
Been hit here, and they are within 2 field goals. Now they the ball. The Warriors will try to run the game clock and the shot clock down. Rick Barry takes the inbound. You know what? Love is there. Both teams in a penalty. It can't be a stupid foul at this point.
He's just going to hold the ball here and wait. The time's almost out.
Smith got away from him. He almost clogged it up. You can't bring a man to the dribbler in this situation. So Barry brings the shot clock to 5. Adams has the offense in front of him. Barry up firing. Down comes Walker. 7 to 8 seconds. Across the timeline. Past the Bullwinkle on the move. George Johnson. Time ticking away. 4-point lead. Walker up firing. Batted away. The Warriors have it. It is over in Oakland.
Yeah, that's it.
A backcourt foul, and there is not enough time.
That's
the Golden State Warriors have staged an incredible comeback here in Oakland.
And Rick Barry's on the line.
It has been a franchise which simply has refused to quit. The season until now, Golden State did not know when it was whipped, and consequently they have not.
That's all over.
So it will be Golden State and Washington for the big money. Chicago calls the timeout. A look of dejection written across their faces as they file over to the bench.
It's all over now.
Watching the clock tick it down. Its final 2 seconds. And it is
that's it.
With the ball, it is over. Look at this crowd in Oakland. They are going wild.
Yeah.
They are mobbing their Warriors.
Yes, they are. It's a great game, but it's all over now.
Jeff Mullins filing through 83 to 79. The final score. Derek Dickey leads the Warriors toward the locker room. Keith Wilkes is right there.